they sent me the topic and they said that winning in your career, dangers of wasting time. Question I asked is, come on, why are you scared of wasting time when there's a lot of time to do so much? So let's do a quick look at it. Have you ever thought of when you want to retire? I know you are young. I'm young too. Don't let the experience see you. I'm young. So, have you ever thought of when you want to retire? It's about to retire, I will do this, I will do that. Have you ever thought about that? And that's fine. Thank you. Have you thought of where you want to retire? Do I want to stay in Kurudu? Do I want to move to Aja? Do I want to go to Iseyin, where it is peaceful in my farm? Do I want to go and retire abroad? Have you ever thought about where you want to go and retire? Not a lot also. Beautiful. Okay. So let's rewind. Let's come back a bit. Let's cut that time in half. The general retirement age in Nigeria is 60. So ideally by the time you are 60, you should be done. That is what you're doing when you're student and sending to school. By that time, you should be done. But let's cut that in half. Let's say that you come down to the middle age, like 40. Have you ever thought of where you want to be when you are age 40? If you are there already. If it's far from you, have you thought about it? It would be nice to know if you can share, any opportunities or any thoughts around that. If you have not, let's calm down. Have you thought about what you want to do or where you want to be in the next 5 years? I don't know whether I've gone for the interview. I don't always ask you that annoying question. Thank you. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? You can't really say sign let that carry some in 5 years. But have you thought about it? Has it never crossed your mind like, okay, I'm here now today. In that 5 years, maybe I should be like director of sales for a company. Or will the company be in Lagos or will it be in South Africa? Have you thought about those things? And don't forget our opening verse, yeah? Make it plain, write it on a tablet that the herald may run with it. So the question now is, if you have not thought about it, when do you want to think about it? And if you are thinking about it now, the question is, how do we start? What do you want to do? So I'll tell you how my own career started. I served in Bayelsa and then I went back to Kano because I grew up in Kano. And my father had cars in the compound, so it was easy to do younger. So I carried one car. I don't know how they buy fuel inside. And I was really good around town. I was jobless. I was looking for a job. I didn't get any application. Nestle, I don't like them. PZ, I don't like them because all of them no more applies for information mine. So in my drive around town, I saw this company. They were hanging logo, painting something. When did they come? And I saw JMG. So, and I had a smartphone then, so BlackBerry. So I went to Google what JMG was, and I saw their website, and I saw that they had their manager's number there. So I picked the email also, and I sent him an email. Very arrogant email for someone that's jobless. I said, I see that you are new in my state. Share with Monicano. I see that you are new in my state and you are trying to set up. And because you are a new business, I know you are looking for customers. I know Kano, I know all the areas, I know where the money is. If you employ me, I will help you sell your generators. The following day, they called me for interview. That was how I got my first job. Don't forget, what did I study? Do you know what I studied? Microbiology. JMG, they didn't have any lab where I can work on. But I looked at them like, what would these people need? One now, someone sharing canon, they want to sell now, and they are new, so what else? And that's how I got into my first job. And that was why I went to study an MBA in marketing, because I thought I would continue in sales. Before they came to carry me from there again. I don't even know. I slept one day in sales. I woke up in HR. This thing could hear me no, but we are sure here. And that's what we are going to drill down on, to look at how do you start a career when you are already at that page to start. And Nigeria is a beautiful country now because the time we went to school, they didn't have time for those of us in school. So if you're in school, you cannot make money. You have to graduate first. Now I see people in the university making so much money. They are on Fiverr, they are on Upwork. Some are even doing content. They are making money in dollars. And not naira lower, but they are still in school. And the question again is, so what are you thinking about when you sleep or wake up? It depends on what time you wake up. Me, I wake up 7:30. But if you are among those that wake up at 5, it's also fine. At the time you wake up, what comes to your mind? After this semester, what would I do next semester? Before then, apply for jobs when I finish. Currently doing. You sing in the choir, your voice is beautiful. People say they love it how you sing. Have you thought about a career in that line? And it's fine if you haven't, but have you thought about it? Okay, if it's not a career, side hustle, You write beautifully. When you write stories down, people love to read your stories. Your line of thought is excellent. So yes, apart from the work you do in your office, have you thought and put content together actually, and maybe write a book, publish? Or maybe even be content developer. Use now. Because again, there is danger in wasting time. Like I said when I started, many of you will still go way farther than you thought now. And I know because I've been there before. Yeah? My first salary was 30,000 naira. 30,000. But it was a place to start. I enjoyed starting there because I learned more than I was earning. But the question is, what do you know how to do? What are your passions? You are on your phone. I assume that you're on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or Facebook. Okay, bad as bad, WhatsApp. So you have data on your phone, obviously. What are the informations that you are exposed to on that phone? And what are you learning? Where do you want to start? I have another favorite Bible verse. When my great grand uncle Moses was by the Red Sea and they were stuck. Oh, you didn't know we're related? Uncle Minimo. So he was at the Red Sea and then he was wondering, how do we move? And he was disturbed. He was talking to God. And God asked him a simple question. Exodus 4:2. What is in your hand? It was a simple question because he had a rod in his hand, but he didn't think that a rod can help you part a sea. What is in your hand? So I'm going to ask a few questions now. And again, we will do some raising of hands. If you know that you know how to use Excel, either small or well, let me see your hands. Amazing. You know how to use PowerPoint. You can design a slide or two. Let me see your hand. Okay. You know how to cook. When you enter the kitchen and you mix things together. Woman, jade gone. Amazing. See? I always say that there's a reason why God created food before the person that will eat the food. He knew food was important. If you know how to dance, let me see your hand. You know how to design clothes. You know how to draw the design, even if you can't sew it. If you know how to negotiate, only pay tomato on 700, code and 20 naira. You know how to organize things. They say they want to do wedding. Kia. You know what color to pick for this one. You know how to. Inshallah, everywhere. All these skills, they are the things that everybody is looking for now. And when I say everybody, I'm saying every single company. And my urge to you is, this thing you have in your hand, it is a big deal. We have some people who cook. Those ones cook and they give us to eat. One show, there are some who cook. They are not even tasting the food. They're just cooking for you on Instagram to watch how they are cooking. And they are making money. Our call and they are the one eating their food by themselves, though. But they make content from it. They become professional chefs who show you recipes to show you that, did you know that you can mix gari and coconut together and to give you something fantastic? Did you know you can try rice and ogbono and it will come out this way? Their own is just to experiment things and you will watch them. You watch them with your data and they are making dollars on top of your head. What are you doing with your own data? When you have your phone and you're scrolling through, what are you thinking that you can do to begin to develop your skills? So let's come back to it. What is in your hand? Over the next couple of years, you will see that the things you like to do now, they are the things that you will eventually start making money from. The gift of a man maketh way for him. It is the passion that you have would eventually begin to make money for you. But the question is, if it's going to make money for you in the next 5 years, why didn't you start in the next 3 years? So if you can start in 3 years, then why didn't you start next year? And since next year is just 5 months away, why don't you start now? The next time you carry that your phone to check if anybody has updated status, why don't you just Google, to check what skills can I learn? What are companies looking for? How can I make myself better? And eventually we'll take questions, of course. So I'd come with this few. So I told you the story of how I entered my first job in sales. But my second job was interesting because that one too, I was not, the first job, that one, I drove and I saw my first job. The second one too, I was just sitting down, JJ, and somebody called me because they had seen my profile on LinkedIn to say they are looking for a sales manager in Kano that had 5 years experience and that he could speak Hausa and, all that. I said, and then they also wanted somebody who had worked on projects and had done 5 years. I said, I've not done 5 years. Oh. My experience is very little. I've not done all this plenty experience you're looking for. And then she said, okay, thank you. So I called her back and said, if you can't hire me for the role, let me know what you are looking for. Me, I'm in this Kano. You see, Kano, there's nothing you want in this Kano I cannot get for you. The same attitude that got me my first job got me the second one. So I called her back and said, I know I'm not qualified for the job, Aja, but tell me what you are looking for. I'll help you find somebody in this Kano. And then she gave me all the requirements. The person has to be this, that. I took a jotter, I wrote it down. So we had competitors that are not far from us. And like I told you, I'm a very jovial person. So I would walk into any office to go and crack jokes and disturb them. So I went to one of the competitors' office to say, Alpha, I have a job that I want to sell to you people. They thought I was joking. So I picked a couple of them, sent their CV to the woman and said, see these people, do you like them? She called me back straight. Wow, Mike, how did you do that? She said, wow, this is interesting. My team couldn't do this for the past 1 week. Your team is not in Canada. How will they do it for the past 1 week? And then she asked me, have you ever thought of being a recruiter? The first question that came to my mind, where? You know why where was important? Because in 2013, that was when this happened. In 2013, Boko Haram had just come to Kano, so it was a big deal. I was looking for any way to leave that town for them because I can't be running Ilo everywhere. So I don't even care how much. Where? She said Lagos. I said I'm interested. She now said, okay, so can you come for interview next week? She, Kano to Lagos. Who will pay for the flight? She now said, okay, you know what? When next you are in Lagos, let's talk. So this is what the woman told me. I have 2 positions, but I'm going to hire for one now. The other one I will keep for you until you come to Lagos. Me she interview. She kept that role since June until I went to Lagos in August or so, and I went to call them, So the day I got there, as I entered like this, I called her. But I'm a faculty now. So you say, hello, yeah. So I've been in Lagos since last week. I just remembered that you said I should call you. And then she invited me and said, okay, come, let's talk. I'm not sure if you've had this before, but it was in the middle of my interview. They gave me a chair to sit down. So I didn't know I had gotten the job. We were talking in the interview, and then she rolled another chair and said, come and sit down here. So I didn't know that. You now sit there. So somebody will come and set up this computer. So I had resumed for a new job I went for the interview for, while my job in Kano was still there. I now took break to go back to Kano and go and resign for that one to come back. That is how I fell inside HRO. Again, what do you know how to do? And how well are you doing it? If you are the best negotiator in your area, and somebody negotiated better than you, Masun, join your Masun. The following day, Kala. Yes, so it is what it is, because these skills would make all the ways for you wherever you go. And what is the key? It's continuous learning. You have to find an opportunity to learn everywhere you go. Learn from people. Ask questions. Ask for things that don't concern you. Ask for the ones that concern you. Ask, how do you do this thing? How do you walk around this one? If you have this one, then who is doing this one? Ask questions. So for instance, I'll tell you about this. I know we are familiar with the social media channels, but have you ever heard of EDX? EDX. Okay. Have you heard of Udemy? UDEMY. Have you heard of Coursera? Oh, amazing. Have you heard of schools like Harvard, Princeton, Oxford, Wharton? Let me shock you. Do you know they have free courses? Free, okay? And they'll give you a certificate. But the question is, if you can't afford to fly and go to Boston to study in Harvard, why don't you do their free courses and put it on your CV? Even if you don't have experience and somebody sees that you have a course from Harvard, let's not promise too much, but they will interview you, sir. I can tell you that for free. That anybody will look at your CV, even if you are a fresh graduate, and he sees a course that you went to do at Harvard, even if it's an online free course, you sure didn't write free behind the course. You will get an interview. Let me talk to this person. And the interesting thing is, the course is even free. It's only data it will cost you. And you can compile all of them. Learn. What do you like to do? And you learn more about that thing itself. What else can you do? Network. Talk to people. I've been doing HR for, I think, 11 years now. Yes. And there's something I've noticed the most. You know naturally that anywhere people find me, they will come and ask me for things like, Mr. Mike Banwo, and I always ask them one question. And the next answer is where I know if we are going to keep talking or I'm not picking your call again. Can you guess what the answer is? Anything. Boy, have to be ready to me. Because like I said, there is something you know how to do. There is something that you are very sure. This one, if you wake me up at 1 a.m. and say, come and do this, I can do it. When you want to speak about what you want to do, your passion should always reflect in that manner. What kind of job are you looking for when it comes to graphics? Now, do you think that person would listen to you or not? So you have to connect it. Learn. Then network. And when you are networking, be clear about what you want. Very clear. And there are networks around. There are of course, LinkedIn is there. Many of you are already on LinkedIn. But apart from LinkedIn, what other connections do you have that you can ride on? But more importantly, learn. If you have an opportunity, volunteer. If you are already doing your own business, good for you. You've made money already. You know why? Because you can always expand. When I first came to Lagos, I had a gate man. Then he used to iron. So he was working there for a while. Then he bought charcoal iron and he started to iron. He came to tell us all over the place. Iron. How much? 100 naira. And dry cleaning outside is 200. It's cheaper now. How much? Oh yeah, start ironing for me. And started doing it very well. I pay him and all that. And one day he came and said, his friend is also with him, but he wants to buy another iron so they can move faster. Okay. I dashed him money for another iron. About the dry cleaner. The guy has launched out. He left to go and iron clothes. Now he's washing too. He's a big boy.